All right, here we are, closing day. We're wiring over about $10.5 million to the title company right now. Just kind of gave the go ahead there. I haven't actually gone anywhere for a closing actually since COVID, because during that whole time we were closing remotely, and so now we've gotten accustomed to closing remotely and closing in escrow. So there's not actually a showing up to a building anywhere for us. Sometimes the sellers still do, but it's nice that I don't really have to go anywhere. Our legal team kind of gathers all the docs. We send all the docs in I send a lot of signature pages in 3-4 days ahead of time, and then our attorneys and legal team, they sort it all out. And once we agree and we're good with the closing statements and everything, then our legal team will release all the signature pages. So that's that. It's really kind of once you get to this point, it kind of gets to be a little anticlimactic. The last like 3 hours though have been hustle and bustle, back and forth, talking to people, picking up phone calls, changing amounts. There's 5 to 7 closing statements for this this deal. So we were finishing up rent prorations and security deposit accounts. There's, we found out about a couple issues that tenants have had here for the last couple months, and so we kind of pushed back against the seller for them to escrow some money so that we can take care of those things, because per the docs, they're supposed to be taking care of the property and going about standard business all the way till close. And it sounds like they've really kind of given up over the last 4 to 6 weeks. And so, there's some things that we want to remediate and take care of right away that they technically should have been taken care of. So got that included and covered today. But yeah, we're just kind of wrapping up some loose ends at this point. It's 1:14 p.m. So we've been here working, 5-6 hours already today, kind of going back and forth, title company, lender, the sellers. Ava was finishing up prorations today and all that stuff. So double checking everything. My own money is going into this deal, right? My family's money. So my dad, my sister, my mom, they got money going into this deal. My wife, my future kids, our stepdaughter, mother-in-law, like family has got money going into this deal. So it's like we're scratching and clawing for everything that we can get. I know Ava was over there battling over $300 discrepancy, and like $300.91 discrepancy on a $42 million deal on that we should have been accredited because of it was either a rent proration or a security deposit proration that was incorrect. And she's like down to the wire battling for 300, 400 bucks. And so that's kind of how we do it though. We're not just syndicating deals and just raising money from other people and then have no skin in the game. We're 98% of my net worth is in what we do every single day, right? So I've got a lot of money. My family has a lot of money at stake, and so we treat everyone's money then like family's money. They're rolling with us, right? So yeah, it's kind of funny. People don't really think about that stuff, but yeah, every pretty much every penny is accounted for, and it comes down to the last minute a lot of times. Sometimes these closing days, they used to stress me out a little bit. They don't stress me out as much anymore because I just get it. I understand, that it's going to be, sometimes you have issues that you got to overcome and whatnot, but we're figuring those things out as we go, getting a little bit more used to it. Oh, so yeah, in the wire, we just usually send excess over in the wire. So if the gals at the closing company, the title company say, hey, you need to send over and wire X is what it's looking like. We always just wire over in advance ahead of time about 5% more than that number, just in case there's anything that changes. I've been in a pickle before where we wired over a number that the title company said, and then like an hour later, there was actually a pretty decent sized error. This was like 3 years ago. There's a decent sized error that the lender had made, I think. It was a lender or title company, one of the two. And we ended up having to wire more money over, and it wasn't a huge number, but the issue was getting the money to where it needed to be so that all funds could settle, so that then the lender, because the lender is not sending their money in to close this deal until our funds, our equity has gone in and settled at the title company, right? And the exact amount or more. So we've just come to the conclusion that, hey, let's just stay ahead of this thing and get ahead of it, send in more money than we need, than we think we're going to need, just to give us some wiggle room so that we don't run into a pickle later in the day, because that causes a lot of headaches. And I know it did in that one deal 3 years ago. So that being said, we'll have more updates as we kind of go through the rest of the week. Hopefully sometime this week we can go out to the properties, walk around a little bit, talk about some of the first things that are being done. As soon as we do officially close today, We're going to send some emails out to the contractors and stuff that have already got bids on, I think it's like 10 to 15 roofs, $350,000 of asphalt and concrete work. The common areas, getting the flooring done, the painting done, the new lights, fixtures, all that stuff. So we're gonna start pulling the triggers on those right away, because I want tenants as soon as possible to start to see and notice a difference, because yeah, we're gonna have, our rents are gonna be increasing, right? They're gonna hit more of a market rate rent. They've been enjoying a big discount lately. So we want them to see the benefit, though. We want to give them a great place to live, first and foremost. So I gotta go. This is the bank calling to confirm the wire. So we'll talk to you later. We closed. Finally closed. We're 5:03 p.m. I think, and it took forever for funds to settle. We had a lot going back and forth. There was an insurance issue, and then there was a wire issue, but we're closed, so donezo. And nobody else knows this yet, but we do have another 396 units that are about to be under contract in like 10 minutes here. So that's good. That's good. Who else is here still? Michelle's still here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, not in our office right now. So pretty anticlimactic when it's just like here and it just kind of happens, but we're excited. Closed, 372 units added to the portfolio. On to the next one.